If I step onto this teleporter, I can move to a different card in the same position. So I could move from there to there. On the trap, not a very good idea. Hey everyone, this is Thecos. Today I'm playing through Ohio Bob. Really cool little wallet game. That is actually a solo dungeon crawler. Looking forward to showing that to you today because I think this is quite something special. But before we get started, as usual, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. Oh, the cup is a little bit full today. But of course, in this, with this weather, you need to drink quite a bit. And yes, that is actually cold tea. I just can't bring myself to drink hot tea at the moment. We have like 30 to 35 and sometimes even 40 degrees here in Germany. It's really, really bad. Also one of the reasons why I can't live stream at the moment. I wanted to do a live stream, but I just can't. It's just way too hot. But maybe I will find a way. I do have a new fan now. Maybe that works. Okay. Actually, I'm using the fan right now. It's the first video I'm using it, so I hope you don't hear it in the background. All right, so Ohio Bob, what is it? Well, this is actually like a little dungeon crawler, and where you go through different levels, and you're trying to like find specific items, and then get to the very end without being defeated. So, as usual, let me just quickly set up the game. Then I will kind of like show you how this game works, and then we can get started playing. And that already is the setup of the game. So let me guide you through what you see here, and then we can get into the specifics. So here on the left, we have like our objectives and our level and all of that stuff. So here you can see that we have our health is at 6 at the moment, and we can lose health and also gain health when doing specific things. So yeah, we definitely need to keep that in check. Then down here we have our goal. At the end of the game, after having done all 3 levels here, we need to have collected 3 yellow gems. You always see gems like on these item cards here on the left, and then like 3 of the same color. Could be 3 green, 3 red, 3 blue, whatever. And then here we have our level cards. So at the moment we're in level 1. We are exploring 5 rooms. As soon as we have done that, we can go to the next level, explore 5 rooms, go to the next level, explore 7 rooms. That is like the idea of what we are doing here. Here we have our temple that we are currently exploring. We always start like here in the staircase, and I just drew like 2 item cards that always have like temple. They have also a temple side. I chose one item, the other one became the temple card. Down here we have our equipment that allows us to move and do things, and here on the right we have like the entire stack, the deck of cards for the items and also for the temple. And that is pretty much it. In this game we are stepping into the role of Ohio Bob, who is on the track of the Kachapaka Amulet. We have just discovered the entrance to the temple here, and we are trying to explore the 3 levels of the temple before running out of supplies. We're trying to find these hidden gems that allow us to deactivate the terrible trap protecting the amulet. So that is our goal. Also a small correction, there are 2 versions of this game. There is the game Ohio Bob, which comes in a slightly larger box, and that one is a solo game, but you can also play it at a 2-player account. This one here is like the wallet edition of that is called Ohio Bob and the Lost Amulet, or like here, l'Amulet perdu, because it's like a French publisher. That's why, I don't know why the French name is still on there, but why not? And this is like a solo game only, and I wanted to have this one rather because I rather play this as a solo game, and this is like really compact. The cool thing is this is all cards, the entire dungeon crawler, except 1 token here that you need, but it's only 1 token. You can take anything. I mean, you could even memorize where you are, right? But you can just like take a pebble, anything that's lying around. It's almost impossible not to have something nearby that you could use as a token. No dice, nothing else. All right. So now that you know how everything works, let's now start playing, and I will explain the rest as we go. So all our actions are triggered by these item cards that we have here. We have like our super gear, I think it's called, and then here we have like the compass or something. And this always tells us what we can do. So here, for example, we can move into any direction, and also we can move through doors and on traps and all of that kind of stuff. Things that we usually can't move across. And here we can move twice, left or right, and we can also do a combination of both. So there are like several things I think that we could do here. Our goal is to uncover more of this temple, and what we do is whenever we want to move off a card, instead of moving off, if there is no wall like here, then we just take a card from the top of the deck and put it there, place it there. So we just place a grid of cards here, but then we don't move onto the card. Instead of moving, we just explore, but we need to have the edge needs to be visible. So for example, I could not move off here. That is definitely not possible. Okay, so let me see. We have two options. Either we start exploring and go to the right here. Another option would be just to go over here and get that chest. We will lose some health in the process. I will tell you in a moment why. But I think it might be a good idea to actually get that chest, because whenever we step on a chest, we can get a new item. And I think we need that. Then again, this item is not very interesting here, to be honest. So I think I know what to do. I'm gonna use the super gear here, and you always like take the item that you use and you put it on a resolution pile, which I will just put here on the left. That's our resolution pile, so I can't use this card anymore for now. And then I will move one down, but instead of like moving down, I will explore. So we take this card here and we explore that. So we have our first map explored. The fifth card that we put on here, so 3 more cards we will put like in a different orientation, and that is like the exit then, but I will get to that when we get to that. Here you always place the cards in such a way that you have the staircase on the bottom row. So there are a few things that you see here. So we have a teleporter. If I step onto this teleporter, I can move to a different card in the same position, so I could move from there to there. On the trap, not a very good idea. Then the next thing we have are these chests, as I said. If I step on those, then we can get the next item card, the next one here at the top. Then we have like these pits here. These pits, if we step on those, we have to rest immediately. I will get to rest in just a moment because I will have to do this so very soon. The meat allows us to gain 1 health back. That could actually be quite helpful. And what else do we have? The key locks here, so the walls we can't move through, of course, and the locks we can move through, but only with either our super gear here or with one of these cards that have like keys on them. I think that's all you see here. So I will use this card here in order to move twice to the left. That's it. I don't have any cards anymore, so now I need to rest. What resting means is I take all the cards here back into my hand, like this. And then I lose as much health as it says here on level 1. I lose 1 health. Okay, that's fine. That's all I lose health for, and of course these traps here. All right, then I will use my compass here. I will move left and gain the top item here, which is a blue item that also lets me move through these key locks here. And the cool thing is that the stuff you collect here, you have immediately. And then I can still move one to the right, which I will do here. So now there are cards like this one here with the rocks that let us move onto a trap without losing health. But we can also use the super gear for that. So I will use the super gear and move down 1. And then I will use... I think then I will use this card here to move down 1. All right, here you see that I have like the choice between A and B. I can either move up or down and then go through a lock. What I will do here is I will move down first, then I will gain 1 health because I'm on that meat, and then I can use the key here in order to move to the right through that key. So I'm on another chest. That means I receive the next card here. Let me take this one. Of course, I mean that's the top card. And now. Well, now it's kind of easy. Now I can kind of show you. Now I can directly show you what I do here because I will use B now. That means now I get a free movement on a trap without losing health. So I will just go over here. And then I can move up or down. I will move down once. All right. And with that, I have used all of my cards. So I need to rest again. So I lose 1 health. And note here, on the higher levels, you lose more health. And then we get our cards back. And now you see we have like more and more cards that we can use. I might actually run out of space here at some point, but that's the way it is. Okay, so let us just explore, I think. So let me move that a little bit to the left here. And then let's take this card here. Move once to the right, but instead of moving, I will explore again. So do it like this. Always the scarce at the bottom, and then I will use my other movement to move over here. So, actually, I think it becomes a little bit confusing if I put the resolution stack here. So I will just keep it up here, a little bit off camera. I think that's fine. Okay, and then actually, let me think. There is another chest that we could get. But you see here, max 4. We cannot take more than 4 cards into the next level. And I have 4 cards altogether now. So I don't know if I need that much more equipment. I think we can actually go to the next level quite soon. Because one thing to keep in mind is that we reset our health, or like energy, I think it's called, value, back to the norm again, to 6 when we go to the next level. So it doesn't really matter if I now lose health for like resting a lot. So, you know what? Let me move that up here, and then I will use, what will I use? Let me take this one here just in case there's a trap. We'll move down once, so we will explore here, and then I will move, oh, I can't actually move further down. So then let me see, yeah, let's do it easy. Let's just use this one here to move down, and then let me use this one here in order to explore to the left. And now it's important to note that this is the 5th card we are placing down on this level. And to say for level 1, we need 5 cards that we explore. So the 5th card here, we actually turn 180 degrees and place it down like this. And that now denotes this is the staircase we need to reach in order to get to the next level of the dungeon. Okay, so we put this here on our resolution stack. We lose 1 health because we rest. And then we take all of these cards here back. And then I will just use this card here to move twice to the left, and we are done with the first level of the dungeon. So now let's get ready for the next level. So what we do is, first of all, reset our energy back to 6. Also, we go down to level 2 here, right? So we know now we lose more health when we rest. So we definitely need more items now. Otherwise, we can't really progress here. Then we take all of the cards from the resolution pile back into our hand. And now we count the number of equipment cards we have, including our super gear here. And if we have more than the limit here, which is 4, then we have to discard some. But we don't have to because, well, we have 4 cards only. We can keep 4 cards. So now we take our dude off here. Then we take all of the explored temple cards here. We shuffle them with the equipment side face up. And we put them under the draw pile here. If we had more than 4 items, we also would have shuffled them in here and put them under the stack. Now we choose one of the 2 top cards here and we turn it over for the temple, but we don't get the other one this time. This is a nice one to have here, actually. I would really like to have this one. So I think I'm gonna turn this one over. This one goes back on top. And we start here in the bottom. And now we do the same thing again. Now we go through the entire floor. The 5th card will be our exit, and we are trying to like get a few items, get to the next floor as soon as we can. So, I really would like to get that chest. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I will use a bit of movement doing so, but I think that is not horrible. Actually, I have a few ideas of what I can do. Okay, so first let me use my super gear in order to move here onto the trap without being hurt. Then I will go twice to the right. 1, 2. We get the top item card. Really nice. Then I will use our key here in order to go up. I will forfeit the second movement here because I don't want to run into the trap. And then I will use this one here to go left and then up like this. And then I will use this one here at the top in order to explore the next card here. And then I will use the stone in order to move onto the trap without being hurt. So that was a really good move. So now we don't have any cards anymore. So now we again need to rest. So let me put this a little bit more to the left now. just so that we have a bit more room, and we lose 2 health. So now we need to definitely heal up more. So I will try to get there, but I would also like to get an item. Let's see how we can best do that. So we get back all of our items here. We definitely need more items, and we might need a bit of health, because we can only rest one more time before being exhausted and losing. So let's see. There are actually a few ideas, a few things that I can do, I think. Yeah, so let me first use my... No, let me use this one here to move left and up. So left and up. So we have 1 more health, so now we can rest twice. That is good. Then we have a key up here. So I will use this key here to move up. And I could use the other one to explore, which I will do. So we take this one and we put this one right here. Okay. But I think I will not go there. I think I will first go down and get another item. I think that might be a good idea. Can I do that in a sensible way? Not really, right? I could go right, down, and then I'm stuck here. Yeah, then I'm stuck here. But you know what? I could do something else. Let me take this one to go right. Then I will take this one here first to go down. We get another item card. Because this one is really cool, because this one counts as all of the gems. All the gem colors, so I'm really free here. But it's only like 1 movement. But it's like for the end, it's pretty good to have. And then I will use the second movement to move onto the trap without being hurt. And then I will use this one to move 1 to the right. And then explore for the second movement. Okay, so 1 more card and we can leave this floor. Let me check. We have 2, 4, 5. We have 6 cards. We can have 1 more. We can have 1 more before we have like the maximum. We should have the maximum. I think that would make sense. Also, we have an issue. We can also lose the game if there are no cards to draw here anymore. So we shouldn't have like 13 or 14 items. But I think it's good to have like 7 now before we go to the next floor, and then maybe go up to 8, 9, 10, whatever we need, because we will lose a lot of health on the next floor. Okay, so let me see. And then, yeah, I will just go to the right once, like this. Okay, with that we need to rest. Then we get back all of our cards. So you see, once you understand this game, it is very, very simple to play. But it's also like really fun. Okay, so let's see. I would like a chest. But I don't know if we can get a chest easily. So what I will do is I will take this card here to explore down. Okay. There's a chest. Oh no, wait. We need to put it like this. There's immediately the exit. Okay, but let me do a detour up there. Can we make this? I hope so. We can lose a bit of health. It wouldn't be too bad, actually. I think that would be kind of okay. So I will use... and that one... Oh, that one lets me move through walls. That could be very, very helpful. So let me move up with... Let me move up and right with this card. So up and right, we lose 1 health. Like this. And then I will move... With this one here, I will move 1 to the right. Then we get another item card. Just like this. I will use this item card immediately. That one gives us a free movement through a wall. So I can just break that wall and move through here. Then I move this one to move twice to the left. And then I use my super gear to move 1 down. And we have done it. We are done with the second floor. But that one was close. We only have 1 card left. And had we been forced to rest here, we would have been down, right? We would have lost, but that was fine. But that's really cool because now I have 7 item cards. So now we do everything for the next floor again. We reset our energy back to 6. We go to level 3. We check all of our item cards. We can take a maximum of 7 with us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exactly, so that's fine. So we just shuffle all of these cards here with the item side face up. Put it at the bottom of the stack. And then we can almost continue. So let me just check. We need 3 yellow ones, which we would have here. And we need 3 of a different color. So we still need like at least 2 items we need to get. So yeah, let us try to find a few items. So actually I will use this one as the temple start because I want to get this item as soon as possible. So we have like 3 yellow ones and then we are pretty good. Then we just need 1 more item and we're fine. So like this, let me just try to find a space to organize all of that. Let me just do it like that, I guess. Okay, I think with that we are fine. So I want to move 3 times to the right. So I will just use you to move twice to the left. Not right, I mean left, of course. And then let me do it easily. I can't do that. Yeah, but then let me use this one here to move to the left. We get the top item. Nice. And then we can go through the door. Actually, it does make sense. No, I will move to the right and then explore down. So right, and then we explore down. Okay. That is a trap, but that is fine. We can get through that easily. So then let me use this card here. I think this one is nice. So I will just use a free movement onto a trap without losing health. And then I will move down 1 more in order to gain 1 health. So we are a little bit more safe now. All right, then with this card here, we can move onto one of these pits without having to rest. So I will do that. I will move here onto the pit. So that's like one thing I haven't really explained before, but like these gear cards here, these let you like, these are like a thing for everything, right? With that one, you can like move normally. You can also move through doors. You can move onto traps without being hurt. You can move across pits without having to rest, things like that. It's like a universal move card, but it doesn't have a gem. So because of course there's like the gear you entered the temple with, of course it is not one of the hidden gems you're looking for. So that's why it is like very strong, this card, but also it doesn't help you like for the end. But we need all of these things. Okay, and then let me explore to the left with that one here. Yeah, let me explore to the left with that one. That's not perfect. But I guess that's okay. I will forfeit the other movement because I don't need it. And then, yeah, actually with this movement I can't do a whole lot. That is pretty bad. That is pretty bad, to be honest. There's nothing I can really do here. So I guess I will just have to rest. Yeah. Ooh, this is bad. Because I can't move left at all, right? I can only move up, down, through. No, wait. There is something I could do. Because the thing is, you can get like these items here on the cards. You can also get like whenever you re-enter the card. So although I got that item there already, I can get it again. And I think that's a really cool idea. So what I could actually do is I could move up with this card. And then I can move through the wall with this card here. So I actually get another item. And this one here has silver arrows because it's a rope. You already saw the rope on our multi-tool here. Right here on our super gear, I mean. And that one allows us to move twice into one direction. And we can also move across pits. So what I will do is I will just... what will I do with that one? Let me just move twice to the right, I guess. I think that's fine. Okay. So now we need to rest. So we lose 3 health this time. And we get all of our cards back. So now we have loads of equipment. We already have everything that we need, right? We have like 3 of those here that we can use as a green card, as green gems. And we have 3 yellows here as well. So we already have everything that we need to conquer the amulet later on. So yeah, I should probably put it in such a way that I can actually read what's on here. Okay, so let me move twice to the right with this one here. So 1 to the right, and the other one I will explore. We need more room. Let me find more room. There we go. Okay. We need to explore quite a bit, right? We need some food as well, very, very soon. Let me see if we can get some. So let me use this one to move right. And then explore down. Okay. That is something. I guess I will explore down twice with that one. We can't go across the pit without having to rest. And then let me think. Getting another item card wouldn't be bad, but then again, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a little bit rough. We can only get a maximum of, like, I think 2 more item cards. So do we just finish exploring? I could try to just finish exploring now. We can rest one more time. Yeah, I think we're fine. So I will actually... Ooh, I will have to use several cards for that. That's kind of bad, but I guess that's fine. Let me move... let me use this one first here to move down. And then I will use this one to explore down and maybe go on a trap if I have to. Look at this. There actually is a trap, as if I had known. So now we can use this equipment to move onto the trap without losing any energy. Very, very cool. Okay, we just need to find one more. We just need to find the exit now. So I will just use this card here to move to the left. So we can explore card number 7, turn it 180 degrees. And then I will move left with this one here. And then I will move left with this one here. So you see, we have made it out of the 3rd level, but we're not quite done yet. What we now need to do, now we need to deactivate the trap the amulet has set for us. Here you see the amulet here. To deactivate the trap, we have to gather like the indicated gems here on the starting objective. And so now we will take a look at all the colors. So we need 3 yellow ones. So we have yellow, 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 and we need 3 of a different color, like 3 of another color, but all the same. So we have green, green, and this one we can also use as green. So that means we have made it. We win the game immediately, which is really, really cool. And this is how you play the solo version of Ohio Bob and the Lost Amulet. So really, really cool. That was a lot of fun. One more thing before I say the last few things about the game and end the video. We now played on the simplest mode. These 3 cards are all modular. You have the card here at the bottom with the amulet. I can also turn it. That I need like 7 different things, like 4 reds and 3 of any color. But also I can turn it over for the harder side. And I can also do that for our energy here. I can turn it over to the harder side. So we start at 5, which this can be quite a big deal depending on how you work with traps. And then same thing here. This one we can also turn to the other side. And you see that like on the 2nd level you lose, you need to like explore 1 more. And there's also something here, I'm quite sure. And also you can have like less items up here, only 6 to go to the next level. So like you can like make this like super hard to put it like on this level, to have them all on the blue side. I just wanted to show you like the general game flow. So I like took the regular version of this game. So yes, you may have realized that I really like this game. And this is why this game receives the Silver Sir Thecos Ace of Games Award from me. Ohio Bob and the Lost Amulet is a really clever little solo dungeon crawler. It does a lot with just these few cards. The decisions are really fun and I had a really great time with it. I don't think it quite reaches the level of my absolute favorite small solo games, such as The Last Lighthouse, for example, but it's still a very strong design and absolutely deserves the Silver Sir Thecos Ace of Games Award. So if you liked what you saw here today, feel free to like check out where you can get the game. So I was able to get this last year, I think, at Spiel in Essen, but I'm pretty sure you can also get this version. By the way, this is just as I said, this is like the small wallet version for 1 player only. There is a version that is a little bit larger. It's just like a small box, right? Like this and maybe this deep, that houses components for 2 players. And also, I think there are even tokens in there. There are like little explorers in there. But I pretty much prefer this one here because I don't really see a reason to play this at a 2-player count. If I want to play a dungeon crawler at 2-player count, I have different games. Although I like the game this much that I'm really thinking about getting the other version as well at some point, because it's a really good one. I think it's a really solid dungeon crawler. I think this is like one of the best like small, compact, put in your pocket dungeon crawler designs. I really enjoy this one. All right, well, and that concludes my playthrough of Ohio Bob and the Lost Amulet. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for staying to the very end. As usual, I would like to thank you all for your support, especially I want to give a shout out to my generous patrons. The biggest thanks go to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that, I truly appreciate that. You can also support me by watching, liking, commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, support me on Patreon, and join my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video on my Discord server. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.